Today I'm going to show you how to make this treat box with the little ornament cutout. This one's a little bit larger, but we're going to actually make this one. You're going to need a sheet of soft suede cardstock, 6 inches by 11 inches, and I've already scored the paper. It needs to be scored at 2.5 inches, 5 inches, 7.5 inches, and 10 inches. And then you'll turn it and score it at the bottom at 2.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut out this little small piece that is at the bottom. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut on each of these score lines up to this 2.5 inch score line that we made. So you should have your sheet looking like this. Now I'm going to go to the second square at the bottom from where you cut out, and I'm going to cut this piece, and it doesn't have to be an even cut. I'm just going to cut it so it's approximately 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 of an inch. You just want to snip off that piece. Now you're going to need 4 pieces of designer series paper. I'm using the Thoroughly Modern designer series paper, and these are all cut at 3¼ by 2¼ and I've gone ahead and I've sponged all of the sides with Bermuda Bay ink, and I'm going to go ahead and put those on the side panels. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my window with my ornament punch. You can fold all of these bottom flaps, and the one that has this cut off piece, that's where you're going to punch your ornament punch. So fold that back and then slide your ornament punch right up that side all the way until it hits the bottom of the punch. Then you need to try and line it up so it's evenly punched in the center of that side panel, and you'll punch it out. The reason why we cut this down was because your punch isn't going to want to go through 2 sheets of cardstock. Now I'll need a piece of window sheet, and cut the window sheet at 2¼ by 2¼ I'm just going to take some mini glue dots and put those just in the 4 corners of this little window sheet. Just make sure that you cover the entire opening and that you don't extend past the crease marks. Okay, so now you've created your window. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this box together. I've got a piece of sticky strip that I'm going to use on the end just to make sure it holds together well. For all these bottom flaps, I'm just going to go ahead and use the snail adhesive. So I've applied snail adhesive to the small strip and these 2 end panels. I'm not going to put any snail on this panel, and then I'm just going to fold this together and wrap this underneath. Just want to try to make it square so that your edges line up. Okay, and when you get to this last piece, just peel off your sticky strip. You know what, I'm gonna run some snail just right along the edge too. Tuck that underneath. Make sure you line up the edges. And then press that together. And then set it down on its top and get this bottom piece. Okay. Now you have your little box. For the top, you're going to need another piece of soft suede, and this piece is 4 5/8 inches by 4 5/8 inches. Okay, then you're going to take this and score 1 inch from each edge. And then I'm going to take my scallop edge punch, and I'm going to punch my scallops on each edge. Okay, once you have all of your edges punched, I'm going to go ahead and cut from the end up to the score line on each corner, and you're also going to cut the scallops off. Then you're going to turn, cut the scallops off just on the corner there, and then cut just that little snippet, so you'll have this little square flap, and you're going to do that for each side. So you should have a piece that looks like this with all these little flaps. That's what we're going to hold our box together with. But before we go ahead and put the box top together, let's decorate the box. I'm going to use a piece of the Designer Series paper, and this piece is 2 inches by 2 inches. You could make this larger. Actually, after I did it, I thought it was kind of far from the edge, but... And then another piece, this is Bermuda Bay, and this is 1 3/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch. Just layer that on top. And then I've got a Bermuda Bay ornament punch and the Designer Series paper ornament punch, and I'm just going to frame it. So I'm just going to just have a little bit of the punch in the back show, just on the one side. I'll go ahead and put that on the box top. And then for this is a soft suede ornament punch, and I'm going to punch a to and from on there with some silver ink. Then I'm going to use some dimensionals for this piece. I'll just place that down here. Then I'm going to take some of this silver elastic cord, tie a little bow on the top of this ornament. Okay, now the box top is all decorated. We're going to take some sticky strip, put that on each one of these corners. So then we'll just line up the edges and get these corners adhered together. Okay, there you have your box top. It fits perfectly on top of here. I've added another little bow on the front of here, and you can do that as well. You'll just need some elastic cord, and you'll just make a little bow, and you can take a mini glue dot, add that to your box. There, like that. You just put your top on, and you're done.